Hey everybody, so we have some good news. The roadmap to Eco 1.0 has been released today, so they're talking about trying to get out of early access and they want to spend the remaining of this year polishing and basically adding missing features, things like that, and they like to get out of early access probably the end of this year or beginning of next. I'd probably aim for the early next year, springtime. To achieve this, to do work over the course of the year, we have set up a roadmap heavily based on player feedback. Our goal with version 1 is to produce highly polished, performant, accessible, and long-lasting gameplay experience. This means putting focus on polishing existing systems rather than introducing new ones. They did this through surveys, etc., etc. So let's go through this. Bug and performance. Top focus is fixing anything and everything that annoys the player, delivering high-performant build at version 1. We're focusing on user feedback and reviews and surveys and user study sessions to set our priorities here. So there's a major client leak memory-wise. I notice when I'm playing a while, basically my shadows, if they're on, I start to go like 30-40 FPS. If I turn them off, all of a sudden I have like 70-80 FPS. When I fresh log in, I have like 200 FPS. So obviously there's some weird leakage and something to do with some of those areas. So that's an example I'm just throwing out there. That will probably be one of the things that should be fixed in the future, because playing all day long and having to reset your client several times is kind of annoying, but the game runs really well when it runs. It's just those annoyances of those slowdowns over time. So professions, more professions. We intend to flesh out professions with lots of options to choose from and pass the take with those skills to create greater spread of possible careers, thus creating more niches for players to specialize and become valuable members of the community. We will scale this with collaboration settings so that small servers can still cover everything needed. So basically what's happening here is, for example, right now you have Smith, and they do everything smithy wise, and then you got advanced smithing, I guess. The way they want to change it, for example, and they're going to have it pretty soon, it could be next week or next few weeks probably, is they're going to add a blacksmith. So they're going to handle the tools and things like that. So basically they're kind of subdividing some of them, just adding a little bit more fleshed out details and content and things like that. Infinite star spend. So this is something I actually mentioned one time just to people I'm playing with, and I love the idea. I would love to see sort of like a RuneScape version of this game. Not quite, but like the idea is where you can continue to spend your stars. Maybe it's for example, if you maxed out everything, you can spend another star and get like a 10% bonus, and then maybe like a 5% bonus on that, and like a 3% bonus on that, and so it diminishes a lot, right? So if you spend 1,000 stars, you might get like maybe up to like a 57 point something percent bonus, but it's not like you'll get 5,000% bonus. But anyways, this is what they say. Right now there comes to a point when you spend all your stars, you can, and thus the need for a high tier food and home dries up. Basically, you don't need the special items or the special foods. By version 1, we will have added many more ways to spend stars, such as there will always be a need for stars no matter how developed your society is, and thus there will always be a demand for these core professions. Part of this will be the ability to spend stars on talents, the upgrade choices you get as you level up, with branching paths that you have to choose, creating further niches driving collaboration, as well as spending stars on objects to upgrade them. So that's kind of cool. They say infinite star spend. So obviously it sounds like you'll be able to put points in something more often. Also, I'm guessing race spec might be possible with probably a star usage, maybe. Maintenance. Everything will wear down, and if not maintained, break over time. This creates a constant need on professionals to supply parts and perform repairs on these objects, preventing professions from going obsolete when all the needed objects are produced. So this is kind of this is pretty cool, but this is going to be one of those heavily, especially those solo players. This is going to be a heavy burden on players, I'm sure. More upgrades. One of the best ways to prevent that feeling of grind is to continuously upgrade your ability to do things. That means you'll only be digging with a shovel or swinging a pickaxe for a short time before you get upgraded tools and vehicles that make the action obsolete and allow collecting more resources with less effort. We'll be analyzing every profession to ensure that upgrade abilities become available frequently, which we believe will greatly reduce the feeling of the grind. One of these examples intended to produce is explosives for mining to allow much greater bulk collection of ores. That sounds pretty cool. They even show a little picture of dynamites here, so there's your sticks and stuff like that. I like that. Cool. Ecosystem impact. For version 1, we want to make the interacting with the ecosystem much deeper and more impactful. Garbage. All crafting will create garbage, which must be dealt by putting it into trash containers, which can be picked up by trash services run by your settlement, funded perhaps from tax dollars. If garbage is left out, or left in the trash can too long, it will begin to pollute the environment. This creates a mechanic that will both impact the ecosystem and economy, trash collection, and funding for it. So there you go. Once again, that's really cool. This can be hard on some of those smaller servers or single-player servers, but that's fine. We'll find a way to enjoy that. Oil spills. Connected to the maintenance task above, we'll add the possibility of pipes to burst when not maintained, and for vehicle transport of oil and other pollutants to spill when driving on unmaintained roads or with an unmaintained vehicle. This will create a scalable difficulty for major disasters such as oil spills that will have disastrous impact on the environment and require a lot of work to clean up. We also make tainted water affect any housing system that relies on it. Ooh, that's cool. Challenges beyond the Meteor. We plan to add more endgame disasters and challenges beyond the Meteor, challenges that will rise to face society over time. We'll decide on what targeting and design it out with the citizens' input over a year. I like that. I like to see a challenge where it's not just you do it and you're over, but something that happens frequently or something that can, change. And, I want something that's not just shoot down the Meteor and you're done, basically. Accessibility and learning curve. This is about making the game easy to jump into, flattening the learning curve so you can interact in rich and interesting ways without having to understand a lot of the complex mechanics. It's also about making the game have a deeper emotion, representing beauty in natural and man-made worlds, taking care of animals, general coziness, and making very comfortable to spend time in. Additional additions include animal husbandry. This has been already on the list, so we knew this was coming. This will be our launch feature, which will include raising animals for meat, milk, eggs, and wool, as well as pets, which will give a home bonus. All animals in general will get an upgrade as well, making their pathfinding and behaviors highly polished. Highly polished, not just polished or better. They said highly polished. Basically, it sounds like they're going to redo the AI completely, which that's really good news. And look at this. They're doing like pig pens, chicken coops, things like that. So this is awesome. New user experience polish, making the initial flow for new users through the tutorial and connecting the community seamless and fun. We're doing a user studies on new players to see what sticking points and addresses them. Okay, so that makes sense. Outdoor housing decoration, adding a new scoring category for outdoor lands so that you can decorate your space beautifully and get rewarded for it, making the quaint and pretty villages. So this is pretty cute. Kind of reminds me of like a high-tech version of Minecraft in this picture. Off-grid placement. There's some mod that does this, not just for certain items in the game, not like putting food and stuff, but obviously they're going to make it for everything here. Some items will be able to place on surface off-grid, setting objects on the table, shelves, decorate your space with greater detail, allow hosting a dinner parties with place food, which can have cultural rewards. Really cool. Canny voted items. We've integrated a system called Canny that allows citizens to propose and vote on what they believe is important issues for them here. We'll be tracking and fixing this. Link didn't work when I clicked it before, so you have to go to feedback.play.eco, and you can go to it. But the link was broken when I clicked it. We'll be tracking this and fixing top voted items continuously, blah, blah, blah. They'll be expanding culture system. With Eco 10, we introduced culture system, which will allow you to earn points for creative works. We plan on expanding onto other systems and deepen its impact on the game as it serves for a great evergreen goal. And here's the last thing. You guys are going to like this. It's worth noting that once we do exit early access, things will not slow down. In fact, they will likely speed up, because you have to remember, all the work they're doing now is polishing. So it might take them weeks, even months to, like, for example, dig through that. Maybe the shaders are leaking or something like that. I was telling you about the lag for that I was having. So there's a lot of like work that you might not see, and it might look like they're slow. But obviously they're saying we'll likely speed up as we have a lot more plans we want to do after that. Trains, for example, will be a big one post version 1, which was the neck and neck with Animal Husbandry as a feature, but we decided better to stay focused on just one of the two, and we'll make trains in an early update post version 1, so stay tuned. So basically, trains are coming 2025 sometime would be my guess. So that is awesome. That was a really good roadmap. I've been playing Eco right now. I run 2 different servers for Eco, so I'll post them below. I'm playing on the no collab one. It doesn't mean you can't collaborate. It just means there's no it's like the low EXP settings, but we did set it to the regular low to high resource settings. It's just basically you earn stars faster. And then we have a low collab one with the default low collab settings. So, but either way, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm really looking forward to Eco. I think Eco's on sale today, unless that changed. I saw a sale like a day ago or two. No, it's off sale. It was on for 25% off like a day ago or two, unfortunately. But to be fair, Eco is worth the full price, and more likely when it's on sale, it's going to go for the full same price, or even maybe a bit more. And I think it's worth it. It's an awesome game. If you like the whole, it's amazing. You have to try it, or watch my Let's Play series and understand more about the game. It's hard to explain it in a quick bite at the end. It's just freaking awesome. But there is no other game like Eco. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.